Welcome. My name's Brian Knight, and I live near Melbourne in Australia. And it's just about to turn 5 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday for me. So public holiday here yesterday, and uh, we're back at the week, but there is a public holiday on Friday. So let me just share this to start with. So, welcome to this live FOREX analysis session. Just note that any trades discussed in this group are to be classed purely as educational only. That's because we're a group of people helping each other and we are not financial advisors. So, please only take trades that you're happy to take based on your own analysis. All we're here for is to maybe show you a strategy or strategies that some of us use in trading the markets. The Forex market and some commodities. We'll see. There is a full risk disclosure there and a little bit about us as live session traders as well. Rightio. Let's now go across onto the charts and have a look. Oh, it's gone green again. I've just been watching this. It's been red, green, red, green. This is AUD CAD. There's like 26 pairs or whatever it is down here. There you go. You see it's changing. Red, green, red, green. Right. And we'll just see what happens with that there. Now, this is the trading strategy that we use, or the strategies that get used, is what we term the relaxed trading methods, purely because we're really only looking at the charts maybe once, maybe twice a day. That's it. And trading on sort of higher time frames. Welcome, Darren.
All right.
20% to 17%. It's been nice, hasn't it? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's pulled back a bit. So I think it's around about 15, 16, something like that now, I think.
yeah. Well, you're
But
in more
initially
trades.
this morning it was up, I'll say it was up about 20%.
Yeah. You're in a lot more trades than I am, but in the
Yeah.
trades I'm in, I'm up 20%. Sorry, 10%, roughly. So that's nice.
I was trying to have a think today. See on that AUD can see at the top there where it's just hugging the trend bar line.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you'd
Along
be
here,
you'd be in and out and taking losses. And I was just
small
trying to think
losses.
how to avoid getting stuck in that. I haven't worked out an answer, but you can
I
see it
don't.
almost
Yeah,
every
but
candle
I don't
touches
think
the.
there is a way, Darren, to be
Uh,
honest. I mean, if you're mechanically trading,
yeah,
if you're just mechanically trading without sort of um, well, really over analyzing the situation or the pair, I think you just have to take those ins and outs and losses. They're only going to be minor.
I mean, I just thought of small things like as we're getting now, you get an engulfing candle, so you're getting the crossover now. No, you do, CAD.
Mm-hmm.
That's an
Mm-hmm.
engulfing candle. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you've got that, that extra sort of evidence that it's going up. Maybe that just on these crossovers when
Yeah.
but you look at the top there for several days, every candle was closed or opened, touching the
Mm-hmm.
that trend line. It never actually left.
Mm-hmm.
Never left it. It never actually broke clear at any point.
Yeah, but you're also looking over here too. I mean, you look at where here it's come up and hugged it 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 and then dropped it. Like there's a lot in there as well.
Yes.
Um, but it still was in a downtrend. So
Yeah.
so you don't like if we look at it just like that, you never know whether that's going to be the turn that goes up though.
No,
I
you
mean,
don't. No.
if you don't get in it, you won't, it comes back. I understand that. But I
Yeah,
think if you don't get into it, you miss the opportunity. Like
yeah.
if
No, you're
you,
right.
for example, I'm just sort of thinking about it here. Just let's blow this up and look at this bit. I mean, there's still opportunity in there, to be honest. Like if you were to go, oh, okay, we'll go along there. Oh, it's gone green beauty. I'll get in the trade. You're in there. It pushes up. You'd put your stop loss here. And when it came back down, it'd be out. You'd still be in a slight stop profit.
Yeah.
And it comes back down again. You go to green. That would be, you know, that pushes up there. But you see, um, that's still actually a red candle. So you might get in there and then you just get knocked out straight away. That'd be a loss. Then you get into that sell, like you get because you got a short, you get in there, it'd bump back up again, and like I don't know, you might have your stop loss up there, and when it comes up here, you like when it changed from anyway. I'm just
Yeah.
yes, you'd be in out, in out, in out, in out, but there'd be very small losses, and there'd be a little a little profits,
Eventually catch a big move.
and then because you've got to be in it to be able to get
Yeah,
something.
you do. Yeah. Yeah.
How
And
many
once it
days has
does
passed for
that,
that?
oh, sorry, Tom,
How many days has passed on that small green section right there?
this bit here,
Nope. Just that
oh,
small little section right there. Go back. Right
this
there.
little
That
bit,
whole section right there. Right there.
one,
Just right
two,
there.
three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's 2 weeks.
So you got 2 weeks whether to decide whether to stay in that trade or not.
Well, it's not only that though, Tom, the way that Darren is approaching this is, for example, we'll just do this. So if you, for example, you have a long, you see that go green, the candle's completed, you've got a long down there. Darren would be in at the end of that, at the end of that candle, and that would start. It would push up and back down again, and you'd have your stop loss probably at that long. Now, when it moves up the next candle, and then the next one, you would be, sorry, I'll get rid of that out of there because you won't be able to see it. So if I put in, so for example, you get into the candle there. I mean, whatever. Just imagine your stop losses there, for example. When you get the next candle, or even the next one, you would move that up to there
Yeah.
potentially, and then when it moves up to there, you would move your stop loss up to there. So you'd not quite break even. And then when it goes up to that candle and that candle finishes, you don't know what the next one's going to do, but you would move your stop loss up to there.
Yeah.
Now that is a very small like
Profit.
stop
Yeah.
profit.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
There's still a profit in that, Tom.
Yeah, it
And then
is.
as it comes down, you get that candle, you get that one, bang, spike, you're out with a stop profit. And then it comes back down here.
I understand that.
Um,
What I'm saying is how many days did it take to complete that move?
uh, because you get in there, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. So it's a week and a bit, a week and a day.
Right. So even if you get in on every green candle
Yeah,
and just monitor your stop loss,
yeah,
or every
you
red candle and just monitor your stop loss. Even these two candles over here where it gave you the short and the long
short and the long.
still took 2 days, 3 days to create that move. Go over to your right.
To the right here.
There's
Yeah,
your
yeah,
short
it's
and
short,
there's your
then the
long.
long.
That's
Yeah,
still actually that's 4 days.
yeah, it's
That's an
4.
entire week.
Well, really, it's only two. No, it
So
was.
you got your green
mm,
one, the green down.
yeah,
Then you got your 2 days of red,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then you got your
Well,
day of green. So that's 4 days.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. In true sense, it's only one day of red because that's actually green one, but not. Yeah,
No, the one next to it. Yeah. So you have the two greens and the two reds. That's 4 days.
yeah,
So
yeah,
even if you have 4 days to determine whether or not you want to stay in that trade.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I think also too, Darren, like for example, he even in this situation, like you got well. You might not have got into this because you didn't have a long, I don't know. For me, I would get into that anyway. So you got that, it changes the green, you get a green candle, I'd get in, it pull down, pull up, and then you'd be moving, you stop up, and then it'd come down, stop you out. You'd be in that red, it'd come back up, wouldn't quite stop you, you'd be out because it turns, you would have made a loss on that. But the point is, you got this green here along, you'd get in and, yes, there was a little bit in that as well before it turns red and then you're out of that one and into that cell. And then that's when that's when that happens. And then you're following your stop loss down to here. And then when it comes back up, it's stop profits, you're there.
Yep.
I don't think, I mean, yes, that could be frustrating or would be frustrating potentially. But I think from a mechanical point of view, Darren, I think you still got to do it. Because if you don't,
I couldn't think of
you're
any.
going to be down here somewhere and thinking, oh, I should have taken that. I mean,
Mm. But just taking that drop off that you're talking about there was a wick there that
yeah, came back up.
shot up. Now that could, if I
That
think
could,
you could have
that
moved the stop
potentially
loss
take you
down.
out. Yeah, you could have it there. That's right. And then that stop you out. But the point is, when it does and it's still red and you get the next candle,
Yeah,
you're back in again here.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. This sort of as a re-entry rule, if you get to, this is a bit subjective. It just needs from your experience,
Mm,
you know, you get an immediate red candle pushing down again. You just have the sense to get straight back in. That was just a wick. A wick. It's still
yeah,
going in the down direction.
it's still got a
It
red
just
trend
jumped
line. Yeah.
straight back in with
Mm-hmm.
your stop loss probably just above that wick,
Mm,
and then follow
correct.
it down.
Correct.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I'll probably be getting this buy anyway on AUD CAD.
Yeah, well, a couple of
Crossed
things is,
over. It's a nice
yeah,
angle, and this looks potentially like it's going to continue.
yeah,
It's pushing up now.
yeah.
Might not do.
Okay.
It might turn around and then we jump out.
I have a
Yeah,
question in your guys' trading.
yeah,
So when it says short right there and it drops off like that,
yeah.
why would you consider getting out of that trade at all anyways when the red is never changed to green on the line?
Well, I wouldn't. It's just if you got stopped out, that's all the same. If you're following a sort of two candle rule or something, trading your stop, you could have just got wicked out on that last big
That's
wick
kind
before
of,
it pops off.
but that's kind of what I'm asking, Darren. If you have your two candle rule, so the short would be one candle, it turns the line red, and the next red candle, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's two candles. So if your stop
No,
is still at the top of the two candles where it says short, until that line turns green, why would you consider getting out of the trade?
well, you wouldn't, Tom. I mean, put it this way, like when you talk two candle, it's a little bit different to what you might think. So, for example, this is where you get into the trade, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's all cool. And your stop loss is like, I'll just move this now. So your stop loss is either there or a bit above the swing high, for example, right? It doesn't really matter because it's from there to there, right? As this moves down, you got a sell candle. That's cool. But in actual fact, that is a buy candle. Even it's hard to tell. I can turn the thing off if you want
Yeah,
to. So
turn that off for a minute.
I'll turn it off so you can see it. Because in actual fact, I'll just turn that off. So that in actual fact is a buy candle. So, and this is, I don't know whether Darren's not necessarily doing this, but for me, this is how I look at it, and I go, there's a sell and a sell, but that's a buy. So in actual fact, there's not, you don't count where you've entered. That's not actually that's not a second candle. So there needs to be two candles in a row that are actually selling.
Yeah.
Because if you get buying candles like this that finish in that buy situation, the market doesn't really have the appetite to continue to sell. That's how I see it. Okay.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
so
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
that's what you're thinking too. Yeah. So, and if we've got them turned the other way, I can still see the candle. Anyway, so you don't count that one. So you got one candle. So your stop loss is still sitting up here because it goes buy. Even though it's lower, it's still the market still has a
Yeah. So
propensity to buy, not
yeah, yeah.
sell. And there's
You're
nothing
right.
engulfing
Yeah.
about it.
I
Then
would
it
ignore
says,
those two. Yeah.
correct, I'd ignore them. And then it sells. So my stop loss is still up there. It sells, and I go, oh, that's interesting, right? Now, you could make a choice at that particular time to bring your stop loss down to the high of that buy. And then what happens is that after that candle, it could spike you and spread take you out. But then you got sell, right? So if you like, there's a whole lot of different scenarios here. You could, and what Tom's saying, well, because that's still red on the trend bar, you still should have your stop loss up there. That's what he's saying, I think, but don't quote me. But we're looking at these individual candles. So if you did get stopped out, because it would be a very small loss.
Yeah, but you're not. You're looking at all red candles because if you put that back on,
Put it back down here.
yeah, where it's all red and green
Yeah.
on your trend line.
Yeah.
No, go back and turn that back on.
Oh, okay.
Because this is what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So even in regular candles and here, regardless of what those underlying candles did, that trend line never turned green.
Correct. Yeah, you're right.
So I'm just saying, if you're going to have your stop loss up there anyways, wouldn't it behoove you to wait till at least the bare minimum, regardless of what the candles are doing, that the trend line has to change colors before you exit a trade in fear that it might go against you?
Well, the problem with that is that in this pushback here, you've just given away a whole heap of profit.
No, you haven't. It says long.
Yeah, but we wouldn't get into the long because it's still red on the trend bar.
But you'd be out of this trade because of the pullback. Because
Correct.
because after
Yeah,
this move
but
happens
yeah,
and it
but
moves
that's
down and you're moving your stop loss with it,
correct. Yeah. It
move
would
it
be
on
there.
down right
It would
there.
be there. Yeah, and it
So
would
now
come
you
back
got
up.
this, the long, you're knocked out of that trade. This trend bar has never changed. And you
Correct.
got a long. So you know this long is going to have the propensity to push back to the trend line. It's got to go
Potentially,
somewhere.
but this
That's why
also
it's
could
breaking
do
and it's giving
long.
you the long because you're going to pick up this
Correct.
little section from the
Correct.
stop that just got knocked out to
Yeah.
the trend line.
Yeah.
So now
But the
you have
point
to
is you
decide on the
can't have
trend line what to do. But why are you getting out of this trade
yeah.
so
But
early
Tom,
when the trend line doesn't change?
yeah, correct. But Tom, you can't have a different rule here, different rule there to a different rule here. I mean,
It's not a different rule actually. You're because up top you have your set stop loss, and it just
mhm.
you're running with the trend line. And as it
Mhm.
moves down, you're still following it with your stop loss. You're just not out of the trade.
Well, you are, because what the point we're making is there's a wick there. We just talked
See that
about
wick just
that
there?
one wick. If you're
Right.
following your stop loss down, potentially you get wicked out of the
So
trade
you
there
guys
just
aren't
before price really starts to plummet.
right. So you guys aren't giving yourself any room for any kind of possible pullback,
No,
squeeze of
that's what we're
liquidity.
that's
Yeah.
what we're
That's
sort
why
of
I'm saying
talking
if you're
about,
gonna,
is how to
right, that's why I'm saying if you're gonna use a two candle rule, which is the same thing I do, I use that two candle rule.
Yeah.
It would be the short candle and the long short candle and the red candle beneath it. If your
Yeah.
stop loss is above that, that means this has to go long at some point and tell you it's going long. But if this red trend line never changes, why would you get out of the trade till it tells you long?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, Tom. But the rule that we have of where to move the stop loss overrides that.
Huh. Okay. All right.
but no, that's it. You're saying move the stop loss down there, so when it
Yeah,
comes
but
back up,
when
it profit out. But at what point do you start moving your stop loss down then?
When it breaks.
yeah, but after the pullback, no,
Wait, put
Darren's
your stop
talking
loss back
about
at the
up
top
here.
at the short.
Yeah, up here. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say it gets down this red line, down the red line, down the red line.
Yeah.
That turns green right there at the very end. And all of a
Yeah.
sudden it starts pushing back up and it changes your trend line green.
Yeah.
Then you get out.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's okay. But the point is, we're wanting to maximize our profits.
That's exactly what you're doing. So you're giving up one trade
No, we
for a
don't.
pullback
Well, it doesn't really matter
because you'd
though.
be
I mean,
knocked out.
yeah, but I
So you're
suppose what
giving
you're,
up, hold on, you're giving up one trade automatically rather than just letting that trend line change as your deterrent to keep the trade going. And all I'm saying is if you just let the trend line run, regardless of what the candles are doing, as long as that trend line does not turn green, you stay in the trade until you get the long. As it comes down and you can see it pulled back, and that's your last green candle, so there's your structure, move your stop loss down. Oh, it pushed.
Mhm.
Look how hard it pushed. Oh, move your trend line down. Move your stop loss down. Oh, we got another wick here. Oh, move your stop loss down one more time. The minute it pushes up and
Yeah.
takes it and you get that long, you're in the long for the pullback to the trend line.
Mm.
Until that candle turns green up at the top here, you're assuming you're in a sell. You have to because it's telling you short.
Yeah.
And if you're going to use a two candle rule, which you're doing, 1, 2 red candles, your stop loss, you can put it wherever you want until that trend line turns green or gives you a long down at the bottom that we're pulling back. Why would you get out of the trade regardless of what those candles are showing you? It's still showing you it's all red. That's my question.
Yeah. I think, Darren, I'm looking at this closer on this from what Tom's saying, and let's look at this from in this. Let's just hang on. Let's do a rectangle. So if we look at just this here, all right, and talking how I was talking about, like, well, that's a red candle, that's a green, that's a green, that's a red, that's a green, that's a red, that's a green, that's a green, that's a red, right? These these things are basically just indecision candles. These
Yeah.
small,
Yeah.
there is no real momentum to them, and so
Right.
just leave your stop loss where it is until it makes.
until it has a substantial sell. And
Yeah.
then what Tom's saying is
No, I get that. Yeah.
you only bring
Yeah.
it to here because
Yeah. Yeah.
a candle would need to break that because that's the high, because
Yeah.
this is the drop, this is the pullback, then this is the drop. I think that's what Tom's saying. I'm trying to read
Yeah.
between the lines.
There's
But
no
when
read between the
you
lines. That's exactly what I'm saying.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I get that. Get that.
it's sort of not what
Yeah,
you
it's
said,
like
Tom, but it is what you said.
No, I get that. That's why. That's why I flagged this one, because I was looking at it and thinking,
Yeah.
um,
How do we do this?
we
if
need to.
you
Yeah.
have that set up right there
Yeah. No,
and you
correct.
see those indecision candles, they're
Yeah.
indecision, meaning they
Yeah.
don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's going to pull back on you.
Yeah.
So if you're really looking at this going, well, I'm not quite sure. I should just let this run because the trend bar is still telling me it's red,
Yeah.
but it's showing me green indicators. Okay, then prove it. Change that trend bar with one candle green.
Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't.
If it doesn't,
Yeah.
then they're just trying to sucker you in.
But it might, yeah. But you see, we're on a daily, which is cool too, Darren. So this could have changed the green here by this push up, but then it sucked itself back. So by the end of the
I,
day, there's
I
no
don't
green
make any.
change.
I don't make any decision until it's towards the end of the session anyway. So
Yeah. No.
I wouldn't
I
rush
agree.
into. Would rush into
That's
that.
all I was pointing that out, Darren. So,
Yeah.
like I'm pointing that out to
Yeah.
me, you, and Tom, saying this
Yeah.
could have turned green, but it would have been within the 24-hour session, but ended up still staying red because it sucked back down. But this is the only one candle, and that's a buy candle. That's really
Single
having
digit
any
candle.
substance to it or any sort of volume to it, not substance, volume to it, but still it just does this and this and this. So this is a whole frustrating week of waiting for it to
I think it
do
just comes back
something.
to my. I was making a point about how to manage it when it's
Yeah,
just hugging the
yeah,
trend line and not really going anywhere. That was just
yeah,
my general point, really. I think that's.
yeah.
I think that's potentially the answer. You just you leave your stop loss where it is
Because that's the danger period.
until
The
it makes a
danger
move.
period's in that
Yeah.
first bit once you take the trade until it gets into a stop profit situation. This is a very much a great example of the danger period
Yeah.
of being in the trade but not getting into bid at profit, then not, then bit not, and then up and not and that and not and then and then yes.
Yeah. When you go through the pairs, I've got a couple of trades that are sort of in that stuck in that danger zone at the minute. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah, yeah,
sort of
yeah.
helps answer the
I hope,
question.
yeah, I hope you don't mind if I call it the danger zone because that's
Yeah,
or the
that's right.
danger
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
So, all right, no worries. And thanks, Tom. Like this whole sort of the group and us and the discussion is what really sort of teases out the possibilities that we have.
I
But
mean, you just go back to that short in sort of early Feb again. You just yeah,
we're up here. Yeah.
but
Oh, that's
no, a bit later
November.
than that. Sort of to the right, to the right, to the right. The short there.
There.
So
Yeah.
that's another one where you might jump in on that short and then
Mm,
it's just not making it. So you'd probably leave your stop loss where it is above
yeah.
the
Yeah. Well, we'll have to just see
yeah.
how we
Yeah,
play
I
with
think
it.
we will on that.
But
Yeah.
but the point is, I think like with Tom on bricks or Rinkos, with this, it's what we're trying to do is we're trying to take advantage of this volatile market situation at the moment, have something that works with it. But the point I will make though, Tom, is just because that did along doesn't mean we're going to get into that as a buy because that's still red.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you
But
want to do, that wasn't my point.
Yeah, I know, I know. I'm just going there. That see, this could do a long and then a short straight away and push back down again. Like it's, I think that
Yeah, that's
for
trading.
us, yeah, it is.
Anyway,
The overarching part is this trend line stays the one color. Now it's
unless
turned
that
green.
current candle sucks back down, I'll be getting in this for a buy now,
Correct,
and then
correct.
I'll wait for it to sort of
Because
break.
your stop loss will be down here.
Yeah, or I might go back. Might
Another
go back
candle.
to there. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
wait
Rightio.
for it to break. Probably break above the trend bar line, and then
Oh, but you're using a
start to
set.
move it.
You're using a set lot size too, though. Okay, no worries.
Yeah,
Rightio. Yeah. Well, yeah, AUD CHF. Let's get through these. AUD CHF still. I'm in the sell. I got in on the short. It get negative, but it's still negative, but it is pushing down solidly. Even though we've got a long here, this is yeah. Anyway, I'm not. We've still got a red trend line. So the only thing is, I got into this trade, and this short was a fair distance away from the line. That's something that I would
yeah,
potentially in the future reconsider. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
AUD JPY. You had got into that short, bang, bang, bang. That would have pulled back up and stopped you out or stopped profited you. It's now just going sideways. So we're not in a trade, nothing's happening here. AUD NZD. Oh, push back down again a bit more. That's good. And it's time because that pushed up here. I think it's time to move a stop loss from wherever down. Anyway, we can talk about that in
Yeah, I'll be moving mine. Yeah, no,
well,
above
now
that.
that's that push up. So that now has to, if it is going to push up, it's going to have to break that buy that it did. Now it never broke the sell candle next to it, so it'd probably be just above that.
Well, I'll probably put mine just above the wick to the left of that. I think.
This one,
Yeah, I think so.
but that's basically your entry.
No, no, I got in.
Oh, you got him back up
I,
here,
I got
so
in on there. Yeah,
okay. Oh, that's all right then.
That was my second entry. That one.
Oh, well, that's okay. So you got two trades, and one
Yeah,
will be at break even, and one will be at
yeah,
stop profit.
yeah.
Okay, lovely. AUD Singapore. Well, you're in that, but you wouldn't have moved your stop loss because it hasn't really done anything, has it? It
No.
hasn't broken up past.
So that's an example of one that's stuck in this danger zone. Hasn't
Yeah,
really made its mind up where it's going.
yeah. Okay, that's okay. Right, AUD USD. Cool. That's
Yeah,
great, isn't it?
still going. Yeah. Well, this is
Look at
good.
that. Still pushed up. Hmm. What are they doing here? So, yeah. Well, isn't that great? A little bit of a suck back, but pull back down, but still nice.
Yeah,
Still very nice.
yeah.
Uh, good. Okay. CAD CHF. Oh, beautiful. Still
That's made a
selling.
bit of a move at last. It's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It went sideways and now it's dropped off.
so I think again I'll be looking to move my stop loss now above
Here
there
somewhere.
somewhere. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, I got in, I think, at the bottom of that one. Anyway. All right, CAD JPY. Oh,
The
that's
one
nice
there.
too. I think is that one I flipped? Um, yeah, it's one I flipped. I don't know. I can't remember. I might have got in back up here. Anyway, but that's nice. Yeah, up about 77 pips or something at the moment. Right, CHF JPY for the buy. Now, this has been a little disappointing. Got in on this candle, I think, but it's just been pulling back since then. I'm pretty sure I've got to stop probably there somewhere. So we'll just see what happens. If it comes back and just punches me out, I'll lose a bit. But this could be just the pullback for it to then push up further. So we'll see. Your AED is a sort of a last thing. I don't know what happened because you're in the buy.
I'm in the buy.
It pulled back and now it's sort of not quite at your entry, but I'm in a sell on it because I'm the wrong way with the
So
trend
again,
line
I've got this
extent.
quandary about the stop loss on this one because it looked like it
So
was making a break for it today, and it's sucked back again.
yeah, I don't know whether I should flip this or not because it doesn't want to make it down here. I'd be at a bit of a loss with it, but I really do think I need to. Yeah, I don't know. See, it's these two. CHF JPY is a bit of a, but we still have a green trend bar here. Whether it'll come back or not, and then the Euro AUD. The two of them are like I've got them as opposite. What to buy, what to sell, and they're just I don't know. I think what I need to do is I need to flip this one. Let me look at it. We got this, we got the long, we got the push up, we got the short, we got another long. It didn't want to make it, it shorted. Where are we in the week? We're only on Tuesday, aren't we? Sorry, my Tuesday, your Monday. No, I'll just stay there for the minute. All right, Euro CAD. Well, that's nice. Euro CAD's broken the previous wicking high. It's been a very nice day, this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm up like 260 pips on this one from.
I think I need to move the stop loss up a bit further on this now, I think.
Well, you had that push down, so it really, I think it needs to be here. 156,933.
Yeah, I think you're right. About 1.5. I think probably about 1.568, I think, just to give it a few pips. It's a bit of room.
Okay.
That's my thinking anyway. Oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe a bit higher. 1.57. Something like that.
Yeah, somewhere there. Okay. Well, if it pulls back, pulls back. I mean, this is the pullback candle there. It would have to break that low there to quote Tom. For it to go anywhere further down, it's going to have to break that low and then break that, then break that. So if it's still going up at the moment, well, we want to sort of maximize
Yeah.
our profit at the moment. All right, anyway, Euro CHF, which is in a totally like yes, it's pulling back up, but we've just got this indecision at the moment. Now I'm in drawdown on it because I got in on that long again on
Yeah,
that
so
short.
am I, yeah.
And the problem with that is the problem with this is it was too far away where entry is too far away from the trend bar. So what you see normally in those situations is normally you'll see a pullback on it. So wasn't a good decision. But then, we were just mechanically trading on it. Okay, Euro GBP. Oh, nice push back up again too. Got the long in. Probably about break even at the moment if you were in that trade.
Yeah. That's
Now
exactly right. Yeah.
that may not be a long distance from the trend bar. So anyway, You got this one here, pull back, and then second option. Euro JPY. No long, so you wouldn't be in it.
I just looking back at that Euro GBP, if I'd have taken that long back on the 3rd of April.
Oh yeah.
I'd have a second. I'd probably have a
Yeah.
second position open on that now.
Yeah, potentially because it never broke this low here.
Yeah.
Where your stop would still be here.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't it good to look at them?
Yeah, it is.
Euro JPY. Now, as I said, you're probably not in this because there is no long there. But for me, I probably would be, but that's okay. We're sort of different animals in relation to this. All right, Euro NZD. One red, no long. So, but then again, are you going to wait for long to get in that? I'd say you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Euro Singapore. Oh, that's good. Euros are really strengthened up, haven't they?
Yeah.
All right, Euro USD, that would be very nice as well. You know that?
Oh, yes. That's really gone quite well, this one. Really
Any of the
sort
euros, it's like
I need to
against
really
the
move my stop loss up now, probably up to about
bottom of that little red wick
yeah,
there.
1.132, something like that.
Yeah.
That'll be.
You
Yeah,
do that if you want and go for your
yeah.
life.
That's what I'm going to do. So I'll be guaranteeing then about 270 pips minimum, which is quite nice.
Yeah. Okay. GA. Well, you're a lot more positive than you were a few weeks ago, Darren.
Yeah, I think this fixed lot thing it's going to help as well. Point
Okay.
0.01,000. It'll help when you get in and out.
Yeah.
You may do around the danger zone.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be losing 1% every time because I'm using these fixed lot sizes.
Yeah. Well, in some circumstances, it could be more than one or less than one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It could be. Yeah.
Depends on
Yeah.
the pair.
But that
All right.
was what I had in mind when I switched to that was these sort of in and out situations.
Well, we've got GA. It has come back down to here, but we don't have a change of trend bar and we don't have a long as yet. So a little bit of indecision going across here.
Yeah.
GBP CAD. Well,
that's good.
that's you should be in a slightly positive situation because you would have got in at the end of that candle, say, and pull back, and then it's now slightly positive. Not moving any stop loss yet, but GBP and CHF. Well, that's good. Now that would have been a trade. I didn't take it, but that would have been a trade where that is too far away. You can see where it's immediately pulled back up.
Well, I did take it. My stop loss is still where it says short, still there. So now I'm going to move it down, right down now.
To there.
To there, yeah.
Okay. Still not in positive territory, but a much less
starting
loss.
To mitigate the loss now, potentially.
Yeah. GJ. Really, if you didn't get in up here, then this is a bunch of rubbish down the bottom. And probably we're talking Tom language here too, because you imagine there'd be a number of bricks that would be going sideways there. Okay, GBP NZD. Oh gosh. Did you get into that? You would have.
Yeah, I'm in this.
And you should still you'll be in positive at the moment.
I'm in positive, yeah.
Just depends on where you move your stop loss to at the moment in the danger period.
150 pips up.
Yeah, but I don't know where you're going to put your stop loss, whether it's at the top of
stop loss at the moment
green
is
channel.
2.25.
At break even, is it? Yeah,
No, it's still above break even yet. It's not.
it's still just there. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, GBP Singapore. Lovely, isn't that? I mean, this is not working out too bad. This
No.
strategy
No.
at the moment.
Yeah.
And GU,
Oh
GU,
well.
thank you very
Okay.
much.
Yeah.
Oh, what am I up? 386 pips now.
Well, if I
Following
move
the
the stop
trend.
loss now, probably to about
Yeah,
1.323, something like that.
yeah.
24, which would
Oh,
put
you
me
want
about
2.4?
1.324, I think. Yeah.
3, 2,
Or
4.
five,
Okay.
1.325. That's a bit high at 1.324. Two
Yeah,
candles.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, be still 250 pips in profit.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. It's just about moving what you need to move when you do. So, and the discussion this morning, today's been good in relation to, the sideways. All right, NZDs, where are they?
Yeah.
Gab.
Nice move
That's
again.
that's been good, isn't it? A few days of sideways and then a nice push up.
So I
NZD
am,
CHF. Yeah, that was a loss, wasn't it, for you?
yeah.
That's okay. We haven't got a short, and it's not anyway. It's a bit of a non-event at the moment. NZD JPY. See, this is the sell to the buy to the sell.
Yeah.
And
I'm in the
under the
buy, so I'm going to stick to my rules. I'm going to get out of this because it's turned red.
yeah,
So
turn red, and you'd have just a small loss on that.
yeah.
So okay, that's good. And that's okay. Whoa, NZD USD. Thank you
Can we
very
go
Yeah.
back for a
much.
minute?
Yeah, sure. NJ. Yep.
Okay, so just for example here,
Yep.
just for example, on this pair, you have red candles pushing up to the line.
Yep.
These are now all indecision candles. Which way is your trade going? You're in it, right?
At this moment in time, we
No,
don't know, so which is why I'd get out of it probably.
no. We would have been in the sell there, like after that candle. You would have been into this as a sell down here, and then you would have moved your stop loss down to say here, and when it
And
bounced
and
back
neither of
up.
you got into the buy up.
No, no,
No. Okay.
no, no. Even though that long wouldn't have got into that buy because it still had a red trend bar
I got into the buy when it crossed the
here. That
yeah,
one,
I got
not
into
that
the buy
one.
there. No, not that one.
No, because the body was not above
Yeah.
the trend bar. Then it turned red straight away. So good decision. Then it turned green and pushed up, and you went, right, I'm into it. And
Yeah.
then it pulled back down. So now it's turned red, and you've gone, I'm out.
Yeah.
Time out on that one.
Time
Right.
out on that one.
So, no, you would have got this buy, though, Tom, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I did. I'm
Yeah.
already out of it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Good.
I think the
All
next
right.
we'll get a short on this because these JPYs are heading down, I think, longer term.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, you look at it here on
Yeah.
a longer thing, even further.
Yeah.
Chink, chink, sideways. I can get rid of all those, can't I? Just sideways there and then do, and then do, boing. This is the pullback it sort of has, and then we're going to get potentially a short out of that. You can sort of see it. Right. NU, great trade here. Look at that. You're in that, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get in because not enough. Not enough margin. That's okay. We'll wait for the next opportunity. Singapore Japanese yen. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
If you're in that sell over here on the second or whatever it was, yeah, fantastic. Did this pull up this, but dropped off nicely. Now it doesn't seem to want to break through here though at the bottom. It's wick, but like there's no real substance to it. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I think we're just going to get more sideways. All right, you can. Bang, bang, bang. You're in that, Darren, for the
Dropped
sell.
off nicely, then sucked back up today.
Yeah. Well, we're getting a few, like there's sort of 3 candles here, which are not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Tried to push up, couldn't. Tried to push down, couldn't. It just tells you it's just going to wait here until it's ready to go. Okay, USD CHF.
I'm massively in profit in that. I'm a stop loss 1.398, but I got in at 1.4232. So I'm
sorry, the UCAD.
yeah. So I've locked
you're locked in heaps.
about 260 pips. I locked in on that.
Lovely. And USD CHF. Same. Look at this. This just, if you had got back in 13th of Feb, look at that.
Yeah.
900 pips. Beautiful.
That would have been the trade of the year so far, that one, if it had taken it.
Tom's still in it. Tom's still riding it down.
Is it?
I'm not in this one.
Oh, come on, Tom. Don't disappoint me.
No, I'm waiting for that turn.
Oh, God. Okay. I thought it'd be there, bareback, bare chested, hanging onto the mane and just riding the horse down the hill.
You've been reading too many novels, man. Put your wife's books down.
You should. No, that's the Putin book. That one. No, it's different here in Australia. If you ever get to see the film The Man from Snowy River, you can watch that one. That's the Australian version.
Well, if I was in this one, we know where the stop loss would be now, wouldn't it? To be above this this channel that it's sat in now. To be above.
It'd be just above here. Correct.
Yeah. And we're locked in about 800 pips by now.
Yeah. All right, USD JPY. Isn't it great to see that US?
Yeah, I'm in this one. This is
dropping off. Unbelievable. Hey, you're in this one, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, yes.
Yeah, and you'd have your stop wherever.
Well, I move it down a bit now.
Yeah, I know. You're out of the danger period, aren't you? You're now into the year half period. All right, USD Singapore. This as well. Look at that. That's so nice.
Yeah, again. Now, where would I put my stop loss here now? It's still at 1.3217.
I think it would have to break this this buy candle here, the wick on that buy candle. Where is it now? 131618?
1.3217. Just a little bit further.
Yeah, okay. You're a little bit further up. No, it's up to you. You put it wherever you like. But for me,
after that push down, it needs the stop loss needs to move, doesn't it?
Well, again, I just echo Tom's words. It will need to break the previous buy high to be able to. I don't think he says it like that, but to continue up. So if it does, you're going to maximize your stop profit. You could move it down to there, but that's the 2 candles back. It's basically there. All right, and gold, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keeps going and going.
Aren't you glad you're in the trend, Darren?
Yeah.
It would need to break this wick down here. This red wick, if it comes back.
the two candle rule, it would be a bit lower than that, wouldn't it? But
Yeah, true, to be down there. But the point is, that's
yeah.
a sell wick, and it would need to go and sell further than that to break down to
Yeah.
sell. So
And
if you
if it does break that, then it's probably going to carry on
correct, so you're
down
only
that
going to give
season.
away more profit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
No,
uh,
I'm with you.
silver's also doing its thing, but I don't know. I'm not as convinced on that
I'm in it for
one.
the buy, but it's
You're at break even or just below.
yeah, yeah.
Bitcoin has pushed up slightly, which I'm a bit like, really? Okay. Um, and where is oil? Oh, it's still sitting at that 63. Really not doing much. It's come up to the trend line, then pushed away.
We might get the short soon, and then we'll get in for the sell.
As long as it's close enough, as long as it's not a short that pushes
Yeah.
way down here, um, that's not something that I would look at that. Look how
Oh,
beautiful that short is off
yeah.
there, get in just away from the line and then off it drops. Classic. Classic. Right. Well, I think things aren't too bad. You're up about 15, I'm up about 10, but I'm nowhere near as many trades as you. I'm still undecided about your AUD. CHF JPY. Anyway, there it's at.
Big news was the Pope, or JD has killed the Pope. As
Yeah,
Tom,
JD Vance knocked him off.
but as soon as before Tom even posted that, as soon as I saw the news, I thought that straight away.
Yeah,
Within
so did
24
I.
hours of meeting JD Vance, that was it.
I thought maybe he died before, so he didn't have to see him.
You know, the effect JD had on him, that was it. It
Yeah,
just pissed him off.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So the maggots are calling for a pope now that is a MAGA Trump supporting pope and less of a communist socialist pope.
Oh, Tom, you couldn't write about this crap,
I
could
could
you?
I couldn't make this shit up.
You
No,
could not make it up. It just,
no,
oh, it's amazing.
yep.
We want a non-communist. Oh, dear me. Mm. Yeah, yeah. Well, everybody be soap on a rope would be a pope on a rope now.
Pope on a rope. Wow.
Oh, dear me. Isn't it great? It's
Yep.
fantastic.
Things are going so well
Yeah. For the maggers.
for everybody. Good Lord.
Well, we've got another week and a half before our election. I think Canada as well. Canada's election. Oh no, yeah, I think they're on the same day or something as
Yeah,
what
it's
ours
gonna
is.
be soon, I'm sure it is.
Yeah. So I wonder if they bring a communist in as well. No, to mix it up. Anyway, yes, things are moving. JD Vance. Vance, the Pope killer. Uh,
He mistook the white robe for a couch.
uh, no, for poor Pope. I mean, he was an old fella. I mean, 88 was pretty good. But you'd think such a
Well, don't forget we had it with the Queen after she'd met Liz Truss,
That's
because
right.
she became prime minister. Well, she had to go to the Queen to be formal, you know, just go through the tradition of the Queen
giving
confirming
it a
her,
nod.
just to go and see her, and then the Queen died pretty much straight after that experience.
They want to get out of there. Okay. Right. Well, I think that's a few options for today. It's the very relaxed trading method. It seems to be going all right. Paul's having a bit of a break, is he? And he'll watch this later or something.
Yeah.
And who was the other guy? He came for a couple of days and nicked off. But we'll see. The diehards are here.
Yeah.
The diehards. All right then.
Okay.
Well, I've got a day off today, and then I'm back on buses tomorrow, so
Yeah.
I'll have to finish
Back to
early
work tomorrow.
Yeah, back to the go. Was it a public holiday there
Yeah.
today, Tom?
Yeah. 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 It's
No,
like a 4 days, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah,
Monday for us. Yeah.
it wasn't for you, Tom.
no,
Right, that'd be
standard day.
a normal day.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. Oh yeah, well we got a public holiday Friday, so Anzac Day. Well, anyway, and then I don't think we have holidays until later in the year sometime. It's pretty well, that's it. All the public holidays are sort of gone.
Yeah. We have
Rightio.
a couple of them in May,
Do
which
you?
is our bank holiday season. So we have Easter, then we have
All right.
May Day, as it's called, which is the first Monday in May.
Okay.
Then we have the spring bank holiday, or Whit as it's called. That's the last Monday in May. So we've got 2 more coming up.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
No, so they're sort of 3-day weekend type things.
Yeah.
So they're Sunday, Mondays. And you'll be straight off to I know you're coming up to your summer, aren't you? Well, yeah, you'll be off to Egypt. No, where is it?
Well,
Turkey.
next
Back
track, well,
home.
going to Berlin at the weekend. So yeah,
Berlin. Oh, yeah.
Friday evening,
Bit
back,
like Alistair.
work,
Okay,
finish
rightio.
work, off we go. Get back Sunday, late Sunday. So I'll miss the Sunday session, but back
Yeah.
on Monday.
Yeah, no
And
worries
then
at all.
first week in May, I'm in Abu Dhabi for a week.
What?
Abu Dhabi for a
Abu
week. First
Dhabi
week
for
in
a
May.
week.
Yeah.
Flying
Well,
Qatar.
our daughter lives there, so
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
spend a week
Okay,
with us.
visiting.
Yeah.
Flying Qatar.
Etihad, we fly
Oh, Etihad into
yeah,
oh, okay.
to Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
No worries. All right, well, it'll be on and off and on and off. All right, then, no worries. All right, well, I've got a week in August I'm away as well. So I think near the end of August.
Yeah.
But all right then, no worries.
Okay.
Take it easy, everyone. See
See
you
ya.
tomorrow. Thanks, Tom, for the for the discussion. I was going to say interrogation, but no, for the discussion. It's all about clarifying, and I think that's fantastic. Thank you for doing it.